Welcome back to the FC24 Chelsea Career Mode. We're second leg of round of 16 against Leverkusen in the Champions League today as we continue to try and win that competition in our first season in it. We also try and continue to win the Premier League for the second season in a row, and we're going to try and win the FA Cup for the second season in a row as well. Although Manchester City and Liverpool are trying their best to stop us in the league, and Arsenal will give it their all to try and stop us in the Cup as well. Depending on what happens in the game against Leverkusen, we will either push into the month of April or, more than likely, I hope at least, beat Leverkusen and have more European games drawn before the end of March. It all kind of hinges on this first game away from home at the Bay Arena, so we will take it game at a time as ever. Mr. Thank you to those of you that continue to leave your support in the comment section. Thank you very much. It really helps the channel with the algorithm as well. So do drop the video a like if you haven't already. And let me say thank you to Vaporterra, to Gareth, and to Benedict as well for your continued support in the comment section. I very much appreciate it. We are without Enzo Fernandez because he's got a bit of a sorely shoulder, so we will have to take him out for this next game, but we still certainly should be able to field a side that is capable of beating Leverkusen. Although we couldn't do it at Stamford Bridge, can we do it in Germany? Very similar starting lineup from the first game. In fact, it may be exactly the same starting lineup. I can't remember if Diamande started at centre-back or they had someone else in there, but certainly the rest of the 11 is the same for Leverkusen. They drew 0-0 at Stamford Bridge. Away goals obviously not been a thing in Europe now for a handful of seasons, but still, that Leverkusen side is significantly better than we expected it to be when we first started the first leg, when we saw what the draw was. We'll see what we can do though. The side's certainly good enough to get the victory, and well, I would very much like the victory because I really want to win the Champions League this season. So let's go and do that away from home. Well, not do that in this game, obviously, but give ourselves the chance to do that by winning away from home in Germany. Griffo down the line. He certainly could have been arrested in the first game against us. He put in a terrible challenge that the referee didn't even book him for at the time. He's still going here. Colwell's put a tackle in and done really well. How in the earth has he done that? I tried to clear it, and he said that he ended up tackling me. Noni will switch this. I was going to try and play Chile in first, but Farrett Shelley is there. Chilwell is on the run. Now, it's not the most orthodox of formations from Leverkusen, so we might find the occasional hole in their backline. Chile will whip a really dangerous ball, and Noni's there! Whoa! Noni Madueke in the 9th minute. How is that for a finish? Unbelievable, Jeff. Goal of the season contender for the pure quality on the finish on his weak foot as well. How's he done that then? Let's see it from behind. Yeah, perfect angle. Brilliant cross, but the volleyed finish. David Raya, no chance. That's absolutely one of the best goals of the season. One of the best goals of the save. Crazy volley from Noni Madueke. Now then. Do I try and cut this back? Gonçalves actually made a poor run there. Musiala is the man in the box. Oh, Jamal! Coming alive back on German turf. Musiala makes it 2-0. We found it so impossible to score against Bayer Leverkusen the first time we played them. And now, in this second leg, the ball can't help itself but find the back of the net. Brilliant finish. Where does he go from there? Through that gap is where he goes. Top ends. 2-0. Two very high quality goals. Alright, Shelia. Chile. Broya's there short. It's nice. Oh, Musiala's turning is sensational. I should probably play the pass. No, don't bother playing the pass, Ches. The quality of goal today is insane. Jamal Musiala, when he scores for us, he scores at the double. The first game he scored for me, he scored 2. This is the second game in which he scored for me. And he scored 2 again from 23 metres out. Unbelievable! What a goal again! Chile. And Gonçalves. Nicely spread out wide. Oh, Noni. Lovely turn. Ambroya. Oh, Ambroya. Oh, I think that hit Raya in the legs, actually. He tried to save it with his hands, and it connected with his knees before he got as far as his hands. I don't really know what's happened to Leverkusen here. At Stamford Bridge, they were sensational defensively, and I couldn't create a single thing against them. But we're splitting them apart with ease in this fixture. Noni's on his way in behind again. He might have been offside there. He wasn't. Play continues. It's going to fall kindly to me. Get out to Reece James, and I'll look for Broja in the middle if I can. Broja is there in the middle, but Raya picks it up. It's 3-0 at half-time. It's the polar opposite of the first leg, but to be honest, that's exactly what we needed. And I'm up here now. Hi, I moved. Misha off the bench. Conor Gallagher also off the bench. Ridlabaku off the bench. That was perfect. Not intentional, but still perfect. We've made some changes at half-time. Could you tell? I wonder if it will actually make a difference to the way the game pans out. Oh, I don't think so. Ridlabaku's got Conor Gallagher at the back post to look for. Baku, obviously a player that came to us from a Bundesliga team at Wolfsburg, Ridlabaku. Wolfsburg likely to be one of the names on the vote for the series to replace this one in terms of the next team that we manage. We'll have a team from England, a team from Germany, a team from Spain, a team from Italy. In fact, I might have 2 teams from England on the vote, and then you guys will get the chance to decide on what you want to see next here on the channel. Griffo into Boniface, who buries it in the top corner. Quality of finishing this game has been very high, now by both teams. He's going to make me the run. Yes, he is, and he's in a good spot too, and he's got the good turn in also. Oh, get lucky. Oh, Raya saves. That's probably a pass back. 25 minutes to play. It's still 3-1 here. And Caicedo squeeze that down the line to Broja. Has he beaten the defender? I think he has. And Conor Gallagher. Oh, Pedro Gonçalves. It's 4. I definitely overplayed it, but it's worked out in our favour. We will definitely be going through to the next round of the Champions League. Headed to the quarter-finals in our first season in Europe with this Chelsea side. But let's be honest, this Chelsea side right now is indescribably better than the Chelsea side that we had when we inherited the squad, isn't it? It's not even remotely close. Most players up by at least 7 or 8 ratings, if not more, since we started the save. Certainly, in terms of the position in the team, the overall in that position is up by about 10 or more since we started the save. So I can't be too surprised that we've come to Germany and beaten by Leverkusen by 4-1. I think perhaps the biggest surprise was the fact that the first leg ended 0-0. After Bayern drew in Monaco in southern France, they have been able to get themselves through to the next round. So ourselves, Bayern and Barca, well no, actually just ourselves and Bayern so far through. Barca probably going to get through against Slavia Prague. Although they did lose to Shakhtar Donetsk in real life last night. So don't necessarily... It'd be 2 nights ago when you see this. So don't be surprised if Slavia pull something out the bag. Juventus and PSG could go either way. Porto and Arsenal, you imagine, will only go one way. But if Porto can do the job in London, then there's no reason they can't do it back in Porto. Inter and Atleti will be very close. City are through. And Benfica lost 2-1 at the Camp Nou, so you imagine they'll lose at home as well, but Real Madrid might have their work cut out going across the border to Portugal. Sod's law, I'll get Manchester City in the quarterfinals, and I'll absolutely hate my life, won't I? The next round of anything? Not yet. Okay, well, we'll sim Watford then in anticipation of the next round of the Cup coming in the not-too-distant future. That's not great form for them. Bottom of the table, 4 defeats in their last 5 games and only a draw in the one that they did pick up points in. So now in this sim, watch them beat me like 3-0 or something. Oh, we'll be absolutely classic FIFA, but we'll see what we can do at Vicarage Road. Musiala to Sterling, Sterling to Osimhen, Osimhen onside despite calls to the contrary from the defenders. Musiala with the effort, it's going to fall for him. Is the referee going to give a pen there? No, Osimhen back to Musiala, he'll try again, will he? Just shoot, for Christ's sake! And we lead by 1-0. Always seemingly to try and play the extra pass, VAI, when the opportunity presents itself in these games. But finally, we've got the ball in the back of the net. There were some saying that Musiala's been underused so far in this team with the position we play him in, and I do to an extent agree, but certainly he's doing his bit today, isn't he? Oh, it's easy. It's even easier second time around for Bio. Watford have themselves an equaliser. Only 1 point from their last potential 15. They might be making it 2. Oh, Osimhen's won that back. It's criminal from the Watford backline. And Kunku, Kvaratskhelia, Osimhen, extra pass, Musiala. Oh, God, they just don't shoot, do they, the AI? They just wait and wait and wait. And don't pull the trigger. So many times there's the opportunity with loads of space to pull the trigger. And when you do, like Christopher and Kunku, you score the goal. Chelsea 2, Watford 1. We've gotten ourselves the lead back again. See what happens when you actually shoot, lads, rather than go for the extra pass. We score goals. Cordoba on the counter-attack. They have to do it now, Watford. We're already past the allotted time. They will not do it now, Watford. It's a 2-1 win for the Chelsea. 3 points for us. Again, we live in hope that City and Liverpool dropped points, but they tend to not to at the moment unless they're playing each other. And having already played each other recently, I don't think they will have done so again. We've Arsenal next in the FA Cup. Ooh, City have dropped points. Who was that against? A 2-2 draw against Fulham. Thank you, fellow West Londoners. Level on points with Liverpool, but Liverpool have a game in hand. That game in hand is going to be against Manchester United, so they might drop points there as well. If they do, that'd be lovely for us. We've Arsenal in the FA Cup quarter-final, however, coming up next. And we have, I believe, now found who we're going to have in the Champions League next round. And that team will be Paris Saint-Germain. Probably better than City or Real Madrid, but still not a straightforward tie, to say the least. So we'll play Arsenal and we'll play Villa to round out the episode. And hopefully 2 more victories on the way. So let's have a quick look and see what Arsenal's starting lineup is going to look like. Martinelli, Cabral and Kai Havertz on the right-hand side. Another Patreon player, Matthew Chandler at right back for Arsenal now here in this one, with Jose Maria Jimenez, Rudiger and Cucurella, the rest of the backline as usual. Ramsdale, Erdegaard, Rice and Byrne, the rest of the 11. As usual, Saka suspended, as you can see, bottom left. So, a little bit of a rotation. Some of the side tired. We're at full strength and full fitness. So we will be favourites heading into this, but it is away from home. We can recover from a defeat in the Premier League because there's more games to do so in the season. Cannot recover from losing in a knockout cup competition. Reece James forward from fullback, trying to squeeze it through the gap. Gets unfortunate that it falls back to him for a second time. So I get away with my mistake. Musiala, nice tackle by Chandler, but it's fallen back to me. As good as the finishing was like against Bayer Leverkusen, that is the polar opposite from Kvaratskhelia, not even hitting the target. It's poor from Chandler, he's just run straight into the man. Work it back to work it forward. Kvaratskhelia could do better this time. Well, it's on target, one step at a time, I suppose. Should be a goal. It's not really excusable for it not to be a goal from there. Osimhen with a good header that's dealt with by Ramsdale. Victor has been dangerous for us from set pieces, but not on this occasion. Nearly. Byrne going for the run. Reece James with a brilliant tackle. Somehow Byrne still comes away with it. Into Cucurella. Oh, no. And Cabral. Yes, Reece James. I really like Reece James. Space. Sterling's going to go. Ron Raheem. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0. Sterling on the counter-attack again. Blues. He tried for Kaya. I wanted to go... This might be a red. I wanted to go for the ball. I wasn't intending to wipe the man out like that. Oh! Bloody hell. Free kick for Arsenal. Erdegaard floats it in. All it needs is a flick. He got one from bloody Fofana. Cucurella should definitely do better with that. Wide from the former Chelsea and Brighton man. On his own there. he has to do better with that. I don't care. You're a professional footballer at the top level. You definitely can shoot better than that. It's really, really bad from him. Arsenal potentially still with a chance to equalise before half-time. If Cabral or Ødegaard can do something about it. But Diogo Costa is the last man standing still. Byrne will take the corner himself. And I'll try and get there. Sterling actually flicked that away. It's Ødegaard. Oh! Over the bar regard is what it is. 1-0 Chelsea at half-time. Flick. Well up, Christopher. Looking for Osimhen. Finding only Declan Rice. We've got changes waiting to be made, but the ball hasn't gone out of play since the 75th minute or so when we made them. Cucurella looking to get down the line here, and Declan Rice. I committed there with Reece James and I couldn't get there. Martinelli up against Fofana. It's just too good for him. And we've just been too good for them on this occasion. It was 1-0 to the Reds when we played them last time. Looks like it's going to be 1-0 to the Blues here unless we can find a breakaway second goal. Sterling's already got one. And he's not going to have another. Please don't add too many minutes on here, ref. Don't make me sweat it. 2 minutes added on. Chilwell's going to get to that. And that will be game. We're not going to see it go from here. Through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup we shall go. To Wembley we shall head. But who will we face? We know our Champions League destiny for the time being. Now we need to find out our FA Cup destiny. And Luton or Plymouth would be lovely as a semi-final opponent. That'd be absolutely banging if you don't mind. Luton 3, Plymouth 1. Unfortunately for the Argyle, they do not get to go to Wembley, but we do. Aston Villa, very, very good in this save, as you are well aware, I'm sure. Pau Torres has been rock solid every time we've played against them. Their front line has been annoying, but thankfully they are missing Moussa Diaby right now. Playing Kesler Hayden at right back. They've won their last 4 straight games, so they are not going to be rollovers. They're never really rollovers, Aston Villa. Playing with the wing play. I think everybody's fully fit. Everybody's fully fit. Do I make some changes? I'd be tempted to, but let's get ourselves back top of the Premier League, shall we? Tielemans with a corner, 20th minute. Bugger all's happened so far. That is still the case unless we're able to go on a killer counter-attack, which with Kvaratskhelia we might be able to. Ooh, he might be in trouble. He is in trouble, Pau Torres. I just turned. Just got the angle in so it registered as from behind from Pau Torres. That's actually not one of the worst we've seen, actually. I don't think that was actually worthy of a red card. But they've taken Romelu Lukaku off as a result. Probably Tyrone Mings has come on in his place. Indeed he has. You see him there on the left-hand side of your screen. So Tyrone Mings now on. So defensively they're still going to be just as numerous and difficult to break down. But going the other way, they've now only got little Julian Alvarez to try and break down my defence, not the big lump that is Romelu Lukaku. And the first thing that happens is that their one striker gets out-muscled. I wonder whether they should have left Lukaku on instead. It's a lovely ball looking for Chilwell. And Nkunku's in the middle. I'll lift it looking for him. It's actually Osimhen it's going to find. And if Tielemans had made contact there, there might have been a penalty at the very least, let alone maybe another red card. Chilwell looking for Osimhen. Osimhen back to Enzo Fernandez, who winds up well. Deflected off. Oh, Diego Carlos's arm, I think, and off the bar. Deflections are plenty at the minute. Look for Nkunku. Nkunku will look for Kvaratskhelia. Cut inside. Okay, they're down to 10. They're on the back foot, but they still, for the time being, hold themselves with a clean sheet, Aston Villa. Oh, that's a lovely through ball to Julian Alvarez. He's been a bit isolated, bless him, since the red card. A lot of the players come out wide because they just don't have the physicality with him to kind of bully their way through the middle. We can go out wide or through the middle, thankfully. What I can't do is get the ball past Fran Garcia, though. Never mind, he's giving it straight to Reece James. And Nkunku with support. Chilwell, I'll look for Musiala. It's found Osimhen. Fouled, maybe? Fouled, yes, by Tyrone Mings. And a free kick in an alright position. It's definitely not a shooting position, though. We'll lay this into Musiala and then look for Fofana and around the corner to Enzo Fernandez, who can fool the defender, tuck it back, and... Oh! No goal, Chelsea. Oh, Villa. You can't make mistakes like that, lads. Not when you've only got 10 men. Can't make mistakes like that when you've got 11 men, let alone when you've only got 10. And Kunku's in. Under close proximity, though. Osimhen, that wasn't meant for you, but Musiala! Oh, we think may well have scored the winning goal. Jamal Musiala coming of age in this Chelsea side of late. He's been the go-to man for goals. We're in front at Villa Park. And I don't think there'll be much added on at the end of the half. 2 at most, I'd imagine. 2 indeed is what it is. That is not a good pass from Enzo Fernandez. That's not what you're inside in the team to do. Oh, ref! I have quite clearly... He's going to send me, isn't he? Yellow card. I've quite clearly won the ball there. I need to see a replay. If Villa score this free kick, then for all of my lamenting of their inability to be any good... Oh, no. He's jumped over the ball and taken the man. Well done, mate. Emi Buendia off. And Marcelo Jimenez on. It's Julian Alvarez, who we know has a fantastic free kick on him to take. And off the bar and away by Osimhen. Well, it could have been a lot of late drama at Villa Park. There was late drama, but not to the extent that saw the home fans feel satisfied with their day's efforts. They do lose by a 1-0 against the... Not league... maybe league leaders. Newcastle 3, Liverpool 2. I think that might be us top of the Premier League again. City were the ones that had dropped behind us after their draw with Fulham. And now Newcastle might have helped us get top of the Premier League again with 9 games to go this season. We'll have a quick look at the league table before we end. We know we've got PSG in the Champions League to come. We know we've got Newcastle in the FA Cup to come. And we are... top of the Premier League again. Arsenal only 5 points behind us. Liverpool 2, City 1, and it's them we face next at Stamford Bridge. You are not going to want to miss tomorrow's episode. But that is all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. It's going to be a really tense run-in, isn't it? With 3 trophies on the line. Can we do it? Can we end the save with a treble? Do my absolute best. That's all for me for now. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.